The underlying energy for the month is the Empress. This talks about beauty, fertility, nurturing, luxury, creativity. This is motherhood, marriage, birth. This can talk about abundance, bringing happy conclusion. Good news for hard work. This is also saying to interact with nature, to practice time out in nature with Mother Nature. This also talks about a mother figure. And self-care too. Next, we have the Mother of Wands, and this could be fire energy, so this could possibly be Aries, Leo, or Sag. And if it is not about them, this just talks about a person, and if it is not a person, I'll get into that in a minute, but if this is a person, with the Queen of Wands in reverse like this, they could have a sense of insecurity or smothering, or they can be controlling and selfish. And it could be someone that needs your help. But if this is not a person, it could be you that has this sense of insecurity, or dealing with a situation that's smothering, or you're smothering something, or you feel selfish and controlling of something, and maybe you need help. But this also is saying to you, don't mind obstacles. Keep going. Adhere to your rational. Next, we have the World card. And the World card is about fulfillment, harmony, success, completion, triumph, wholeness. You have come full circle and completed a major milestone. This can also talk about possible travel, usually overseas for an extended period of time. In this card, when you reach completion, this also talks about having gratitude for the road that you have traveled upon and reaching that sense of success in completion or the end of a stage. Also, this could be that you're close to the end, and make sure you tie up any loose ends so that you can reach that sense of completion. Next, we have the Temperance card. This talks about patience, finding meaning in moderation, balance, compromise, that middle path, testing new waters before jumping in, the master of not letting things get to you, being calm, being relaxed, having that sense of harmony and working together and everything's in the flow, you know. This also talks about avoiding extremes as well, okay? Working in harmony, either internal or external. Here we have the Seven of Cups, and this is choices, soul searching. Well, I shouldn't say soul searching. I should say searching for a purpose. Daydreaming, you have your head in the clouds, fool's gold. Maybe your ego's getting in the way a little bit. This could talk about your ideas are not grounded. And when they're not grounded and you're living in a daydreaming state, you're not taking action. Next, we have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands talks about stable foundation, happiness, enjoying the fruits of your labor. This could be within a home or a community or marriage, or even what I consider within self, because the soul and the inner part of you is what I consider like the temple, a home in its way. With this Four of Wands, it can also talk about a time of celebration. And if it does with an actual home, if it has something to do with an actual home, it could be you're getting a new home or renovating a home. And it can also talk about a sense of stability, whether external or internal, or within a relationship, partnership, or friendship. Here we have the Five of Wands, and this is conflict or competition, the difference of opinion, being open to debate, taking the time to listen to others, hear things out. This is not a time for new ideas or, adding fire to the flames, throwing that gas on the fire. You don't need that. Next, we have the Justice card in reverse. When the Justice card in reverse, this is not willing to take responsibility or trying to dodge a bullet, maybe blaming others for mistakes that you have made or someone else has made mistakes. Either way, people need to come clear and face those things. This could also talk about legal complications. This may even be an inner critic in full effect. It could be your inner critic in full effect. And this can also talk about a sense of imbalance or unfairness. Next, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and this is a loss of balance. Again, next to that Justice card. In reverse, this is feeling overwhelmed, or you might have the feeling of avoid committing to a lot of different things. Overspending can be an issue here. This is about creating that balance and figuring out about not having too much of this or that or this or that. It's about getting that, again, balance back, balance back. And also with this card, like I said, overspending can be an issue. And you need to figure out certain things to be let go during that time as well, because you might be taking on too much. Here we have the Hangman. And with the Hangman, this is sacrifice. This is release. This is a different perspective. This is a new point of view. You're surrendering. Sometimes things need to be stopped or come to a pause or to a halt so that you can figure out what you want or what you need or gain that new perspective before moving on to the next step. And if this is a relationship or a project or something like that, it could be coming to a halt. All right? And it serves its purpose. It's for a reason. Also behind this card, there's that idea of what got you here won't get you there type of mentality to it. That you have to try something new and something different. Knocking my cards everywhere. Next, we have the Mother of Swords. And the Mother of Swords is air energy. So this could possibly be Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius. So this could be you sitting here. It could be male or female. If it is a person, this is someone who's logical, unbiased, witty. They think a lot with their mind. Truth seeker. Someone who is good with their words. But if this is if this is a person, it's somebody, like I said, who's logical. And it could be you having those things, or it could be asking you to use or embody those types of things, those attributes. If this is not talking about a person in particular, with the Mother of Swords, this is cleared-mindedness, having the unbiased judgment, being the truth seeker, staying objective, being clear in what you say, clear boundaries, setting those clear boundaries. Making judgments that are not based on emotion alone. Tell it like it is. Get to the root of the problem. Seeking out the truth. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. And with the Three of Pentacles, this is teamwork, collaboration, building success through effort, realizing you have skills and resources to accomplish your goals, realizing that other people do. They have things that come to the table. They have things to bring to the table. They can have resources. Everybody can work together in harmony. Everybody has something to offer. And this can also be internally mind, body, and spirit. And this is also like pride in your work, being proud of yourself, being proud of what you've accomplished and what you make and what you do. Here we have the Father of Swords. Again, this could be air energy. So this could possibly be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And if this is a person, this could be someone who is very logical, control of their emotions. They're type of analytical person. They look at things, logically, and they nitpick stuff. They can figure things out. They get to the truth of the matter. They seek the truth out. They're powerful. They're intellectual. Okay? And if this is not a person, this is talking about having head over heart, discipline, encourages you to use logic rather than emotion. To use logic to navigate paths and decisions, to make well-researched decisions as well, to get all the information and facts that you need. This is a master of emotions, having that power. Look at it. Wise. Think of that owl. All right. And this is also saying it's not a time to be romantic. Okay. So the overall feeling I get for this reading is there's a lot of stuff going on here about getting some type of balance back. But with this Empress card, either you're a mother figure to a child or a person or a friend or whether in a relationship or with a group of people, or it could be a mother figure in your life that could be smothering you. It could be that way, but this could also be that you need to get and connect with your feminine side about nurturing yourself, having that compassionate for self, getting out into nature, connecting, grounding yourself too. All right. And it can talk about relationships of marriage, having that happiness. And it's also talking about you will have happy conclusions, but you have to put the work in too. So with this Mother of Wands, I look at the snake and you see the snake is wrapped around the eggs really tight as if smothering them. So there is a sense of smothering going on here. And it could just be an insecurity or a worry that's going on within you or externally or from someone else. And it could be that you're smothering other people or you're smothering ideas or different aspects in your life, or smothering things within yourself. It could be ideas, thoughts, or whatever, or it could be something outside of you is smothering you, or something that is weighing down on you. And I did pull a clarifier for that, and I got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which is overspending, and it's talking about self-worth. Perhaps you're hustling or you're over-investing in work because I think you want the sense of completion and the sense of stability within yourself or within your home or within a relationship or whatever it may be. And with these cards, I think that you want that sense of completion, that sense of milestone, that sense of getting it to that, like I said, completion stage, that sense of wholeness, fulfillment. And you're lacking the balance, and you're putting so much time and effort and work, and it's really starting to weigh down on you. And you need to figure out and come to the realization of certain incomes and lifestyles. Are they really needed? Do you really need this? Maybe you're putting too much emphasis on material things, too much emphasis on expectations of what you truly want. All right? Because some things aren't going to lead you anywhere. And this could be someone else that's going through those things. It could be overspending money. It could be, like I said, putting too much work, too much effort in one particular area, over-investing in something, hustling, not getting that rest, and you need to practice self-care. If you want this sense of completion, you want this sense of harmony within a group or within self. And with that Temperance card there is that finding meaning in moderation, finding that middle path, compromising, having that balance within yourself or within a family or within a group. All right. This all lines up to balance and working together as a team, whether internally or externally. But I did pull clarifier for that, and I got the Strength card, which says to you, these raw emotions, whether it's fear, anger, worry, whatever these things you may be dealing with, you're going to have to deal with it through intellect. Having control of raw emotions and using it constructively to get you to where you want to go. You're going to have to pull on that inner strength, that inner wisdom, and you're going to have to be patient with it. You can't force it. This takes a tender hand. You might have expectations or ideas, or your head's in the clouds because you have a certain way you want something, or you have all these different aspects and ideas, whether it's ideas or ventures or just different. I almost get the feeling of like just expectations, like you expect something and you're not going to get it because you're stuck in that dream state or you're stuck in that fantasy that certain things are tangible and certain things are not. You need to focus on what you can actually reach and what you're wasting your time on, because you could be spending some money on something. There's 2 things here about blowing money. You could be blowing time and energy and effort and money on something that's not going to go anywhere because your mind is clouded by emotions or by fantasy. And some of these cups are not going to take you anywhere that's logical or fruitful or have any value within your life. Certain ones will. You need to figure out what those are, and you need to have that sense of clarity to do it. So over here with this stability, I think it's within the home or within self or within a group. Either way, you're either wanting that stability, but there's some type of conflict going on. And it could be something within the home smothering you, or someone could be smothering you, or a situation dealing with that person who may be overspending. It could be that, or it could just be a situation of imbalance and you want that stability back. And you're going to have to take a pause or a break, or the relationship, friendship, partnership, whatever situation or project is going to have to come to a halt. Something's going to have to stop so you can get the sense of stability. All right. You're going to need that pause to fix it. But you want this sense of stability. You want this sense of home, and you could possibly be moving home. I don't think so. I don't get that feeling from this. But there is conflict going on here, and you're going to have to get clear about this conflict, and you're going to have to be open to debates and open to opinions and hear things out, and you're going to have to face each one of these little things and figure out about them, discover them, really research them. Don't pass judgment. Don't be biased, because all this is here. If you want that sense of completion, you're going to have to work through these issues and these problems, and you're going to have to get clear about them. You're going to have to seek out what they are. You're going to have to really get to the nitty-gritty, and you're going to have to set boundaries for those things, and you're going to have to pause to get to it. All right? So then let's move on to this conflict. The conflict is causing an imbalance within you. Either you've done something wrong, someone else has done something wrong, and it's causing an imbalance within yourself, or it could just be an imbalance between you and another person, or you within a group. And And it could be that you are somehow trying to dodge a bullet. Maybe you have issues that you don't want to deal with and you need to deal with it because there's so much in your life out of balance right now and you need to get that balance back because both of these cards are together next to each other. So there's a lot of things that aren't leading anywhere. And see, you need harmony. You're lacking that harmony since it's right under the Temperance card. That is saying to you, those are the things you want, but things are out of balance. And maybe the situation feels unfair to you. Maybe you're putting too much here or too much there. Maybe you need to take more responsibility about your actions or the actions when dealing with other people because you could have made a mistake and you need to fix that and own up to it so that you can move on and deal with a situation. Or it's with other people. You can't dodge a bullet. You're going to have to deal with this conflict, deal with these issues so that you get this sense of harmony back, this sense of free flowing back together and peace and contentment and wholeness. And here with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, you are obviously out of balance. Something is a loss of balance and you're feeling overwhelmed. And avoid committing to a lot of different things because it's just going to cause you heartache and trouble because it's keeping you out of balance and it's causing you to feel overwhelmed by those things. And again, overspending can become an issue. And it could be overspending in the sense of not just money, but you could be giving too much time, too much effort, too much energy, whatever it may be, doing too much of working and not enough of self-care, too much self-care and not enough actually doing work, too much spending time at home and not getting other things, spending too much time doing something for somebody else and not for yourself. Either way, with this here underneath, you have many choices going on or a little bit of chaos here, I'm not going to say chaos. There's a lot of different avenues, a lot of different paths, a lot of different choices or whatever. And you might have a lot of aspects that you're taking on in your life. I want to do this. And it's causing that imbalance and you need to balance. You need to figure out what's going to actually bring value to my life and what is not. And the things that are not, chunk them out. You don't need them. They're not helping you. They're weighing you down. They're causing that imbalance and that inharmony and it's not bringing you peace and wholeness. All right. And it's not bringing that harmony. And you're going to have to be clear about it. You're going to have to think about these things logically to be able to get through that cloud. You're going to have to be logic. You're going to have to weigh things out and get an even keel again. And you're going to have to take a pause, whether it's in a relationship or a project or a pause within yourself internally and stop for a moment and figure out where am I going to go next? What am I going to do? How can I change things? What new perspective do I need? And you're going to have to get clear-minded about this. You're going to have to do the research. You're going to have to dig into things to deal with this conflict of getting that sense of wholeness, that sense of completion, that milestone that you want to get. And I did pull a clarifier for this card, and guess what I got? The Queen of Swords in reverse, which is saying to you with the Queen of Swords in reverse, insecurity. Adhere to rationality. You need to start thinking more objectively, overly emotional, and you can be easily influenced by your emotions because it's clouded. You need to get clear about things because with the Queen of Swords here, this is saying the truth seeker, being objective, setting those boundaries, getting to the nitty-gritty, finding the answers, making well-researched decisions, all right, so that you can move forward and cut through the cloud. Be logical. And here you will get that sense of working together as a team, whether it's with someone else or within a group or within a relationship or a friendship or family, or if this is saying just within you. This is getting that balance back, that harmony within a group or within self or within your environment, body, mind, spirit. Okay? And you're working together in a collaboration and working in harmony so you can climb that mountain and you can reach your goals and you can get to the top, okay? But you're going to have to think of it logically. You're going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have your head over your heart. It encourages you to use logic to navigate this path. All right, whether it's between two different people, and it could also be that you need to ask for help sometimes. You can't do everything alone. That's why I see a third wheel. Could be you need help from someone else to help you get this balance, or it could be just reaching out from a friend or from whoever. It could be an air sign, or it could just be someone that you look up to. It could be a mother figure. But I did pull a clarifier for that, and I got the Two of Pentacles, which is balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Put things down, let things go that do not hold value. Ask for help. Let go of these things that are not going to take you anywhere. Balance it out so that you have this sense of moving forward with decisions that are clear-minded. Set those Boundaries. Figure out what's important to you. Remember those things that are truly important. Those are the things you want to hang on to. Those are the things that are going to take you to where you need to go. All right. So I did get an extra clarifier. It popped out at me and like hit me in the face. But it's the Strength card in reverse, which means weakness, which means that inner strength is lacking. Self-doubt, insecurities. Learn to gain confidence so that you can grab the reins of inner strength again. Have faith in yourself. Don't doubt yourself, okay? Stand up for yourself. Get this balance back that you need, all right? Whether it's in a relationship or within a home or with a child or with a parent or with a partner or whether it's within friends or whether it's at work, either way. Or if this is just all internally, you are stronger than you realize and you need to learn to gain confidence. Pull out of that and realize that you have the abilities. You have, with this Three of Pentacles here, you have the skills and resources to accomplish your goals. You have a lot to bring to the table, okay? And I think that's the same thing if it's a group situation. But I do hope this helped. And I do remember this is a general reading, so this doesn't always resonate with everyone, and that's perfectly fine, okay?